Hello, welcome back to Untitled. I have tried to play Enneacraft without floodgate and try to play pure and compete with current environment, and the result is...
Special thanks to CTC for sponsoring Blazing Dominion related products so we can complete for this deck profile.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Untitled. Today we're going to continue our road deck series with Enneacraft. How was the result playing pure? Basically is not that good, not as expected. And I also want to point out some reasons that it's hard to compete with playing as pure, trying to be like a control deck without the floodgates like Fisher, like the prevent special summon, even the Monarch. So okay, before I start, I just want to point out this is my own personal experience with the current OCG AE environment. And of course, I saw there are quite some pure Enneacraft deck lists out there able to win first place with like WCQ regional. Yep. So let's talk about the disadvantage Enneacraft currently having compared with the current environment. So first thing, the search required the cost of life point 900 for each time actually is quite deadly with this environment. I think maximize I can do the search to recycle my resource maximum is I can do twice in a game. With current environment in AE, after Blazing Dominion, basically there are decks like Fairy Tail which can be direct attack. There are decks from the last meta which is VSK9 that can easily do burn damage. There's also like Doomsday which with the right equipped spell it can do direct attack as well. So actually what I'm trying to say is after searching, basically my HP is like 2/3. So with the burn damage is actually, or direct attack is actually very threatening to me. And this also limited me for going first or going second, limited to use cards like Solemn or like Red Reboot. Those kind of very strong for bot breaking or go first card, because after I use it, definitely it will affect my next turn. I can't really do much search anymore with such low life point, or even I can search but I will have a very big risk that if my opponent able to do a single direct attack or burn damage, I'm gone. And second is the weakness to battle. Okay, so Enneacraft has a lot of different conditions to trigger to flip face up and activate the effect. It's very annoying and there are many conditions, so basically it depends how you plan, how you set up. Okay, I think that part is very interesting and very colorful. When we go to battle phase, the only thing I can think of for sure is Adori Marks. For sure the effect is very strong. The flip effect, it can turn all the monster face down permanently, but this is only able to trigger effect during my own turn. So I need an additional resource or card that have proactively flip this card face up to flip opponent monster face down permanently. The scenario I have faced mostly is I required Enneacraft reward in order to flip face up actively, or Soul and Luna. That's why I add 3, because Enneacraft have really huge disadvantage for battle. If player know how to play against Enneacraft, basically they can just try to battle everything, make you flip open, then you can't really trigger any effect. Or how I do it last time is I just attack those already face up card, try to make a Zeus and clear all of it. With Enneacraft card, it can't really stop for making Zeus unless I have Adori Marks with additional card that flip face up. That's why when you set up the board, I think Enneacraft reward is very important to remain in the graveyard. And that's why I also add Soul and Luna, so I have additional card that can proactively make Adori Mark to flip face up. And I think last but not least, winning condition with Enneacraft. Enneacraft require burn damage, either with the counter or with Leon or Tail to do the additional burn damage. Else, so basically when you go back to my turn, even I have stopped my opponent, I need to cost my life, search again, set up my board again by setting face down, and even my opponent is MD bot, I can't really straightaway OTK them, and I need to pass the turn, and I can't really OTK direct after I successfully interrupt my opponent with MD field. Even post Blazing Dominion, even though the new card is good, as in there are additional new monster for searcher and additional card to set the field spell, also additional effect in the graveyard that can reset my Enneacraft monster to face down, and of course the Atispia, which normally I call the spider, is very strong effect, and most of the time it will shock my opponent with the trigger effect that negate the entire chain.
What the fuck?
But I think this 3 new card doesn't resolve the pain point of Enneacraft, which is the 5-point issue, battle phase issue, as well as the can't straightaway OTK our opponent when they MD bot issue. Yep. So I think as long as this 3 issue is still there, with this environment, Enneacraft still will be very challenging to play through. That's why Enneacraft requires certain floodgate that will easily make the deck control the entire game pace, like preventing for special summon or even with Fisher that really lock down our opponent. So I think that's a summary for my experience playing Enneacraft. Just want to share about my experience in the OCG AE environment. Left your thoughts, please comment on this video, please like, share and subscribe. And that's all for today. Untitled signing off.